Hi, it's Kim Knight here from The Art of Health and Science of Wellbeing. And I'd like to share a little bit about motivational medicine, which is one of the techniques I use to help clients to work through whatever it is they would like to work through and resolve whatever it is they would like to resolve, whether it's a health issue or a personal issue. Now, motivational medicine is a technique which was developed by Richard Mote, a very accomplished practitioner and trainer, and hence the name motivational medicine, which is spelled slightly differently from the word motivational. And what motivational medicine is a series of techniques for helping people to undo the life problems that they find themselves with. And the core philosophy, or one of the core philosophies around motivational medicine, is that we are all born an authentic self, your authentic self. And we come into this world and we may be relatively unscarred when we're born, and we are the closest we can be at that point to our authentic self, our true self. But over time, things happen in life, as you know, and we have events in our life that happen. And obviously I'm not talking, we don't have good things lead to bad results or, unwanted results in our life. We have not so good things that end up with not so good results. So I'm mainly focusing on the not so good things here when I'm talking about the events. We'll take it as read that we have some good stuff, or maybe lots of good stuff happening to us in our life. But the events that I'm talking about here, which finally lead to unwanted results, is things like traumas, shocks, bereavements, accidents, things that essentially create emotional responses in our body. They create emotions such as fear, shame, guilt, worry, or worry actually is more of a habit that develops later, but core fears and emotions that are generated as a response to these events. So for example, say somebody is 6 years old and their parents are arguing all the time, then that child's body is going to be generating lots of emotions like fear, or a lot of fear, and maybe they're upset and hurt because daddy isn't speaking to me or paying me attention anymore. And then let's say the parents separate and the mother or the father leaves, then the child is going to experience a lot of hurt and grief. So a lot of emotions are going to be generated. And the problem is when we're very young, and especially when we're in an environment like this, is that we don't know how to deal with those emotions. But emotions are a form of energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. That's a law of physics. And so that energy gets stored inside the body. And so we build up this energy and layers and layers and layers. I could draw many rings here. Layers and layers of energy made out of emotions. It gets built up and stored inside our body. And then what happens is, as a result of these events and this emotional energy which starts getting trapped inside the body, and especially when we have shock events, then that emotion sort of gets frozen inside the body in that second. Then what happens is we start to create what we call beliefs. And a belief is something we believe to be true. We either believe it about ourselves, or we believe it about other people, or we believe it about life. And these events this setup, by the way, all happens by about the age of 7. And of course we're not really conscious that this is going on, and we don't have the power to actually do anything about it, but it's happening. Which is why they say, give me your boy until he's 7 and I'll show you the man. You've probably heard that saying. So we start creating a host of unconscious beliefs about ourselves, about others, about life. So for example, if this little child's mother or father leaves, let's just take the father, say it's a little girl and the father leaves, then she may create a belief of, well, men leave, men that I love leave. And This belief will be created completely unconsciously at the time, and it will be created as partly as a form of protection, and just because one of the things that children do is they can never think that the adults are in the wrong. Even if they're being treated horrendously, little children will always make it their fault. So therefore, if it's not the adult's fault, if it's not the people around me who are gods to me, my teachers, my caregivers, my parents, whatever, then we have to make it our own fault. And so we create a belief around men don't like me, and probably one of the core beliefs that tends to be at the bottom for everybody is I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not worthy enough of love, Dad left me because I'm not worthy enough and I'm not good enough. And then what happens is we start to create behaviours. And we create behaviours which are not what we call in accordance with our authentic self. So for example, if we've created a belief, well, men don't love me and I'm not worthy of being loved, then we will create, because we still want to be loved, because this is a very core need for a human being, is to feel loved and accepted and acknowledged, and there are a whole host of emotional needs that need to be met, for all of us. Then we will constantly, unconsciously try to get those needs met. In other words, we'll try and get that love still. And so we will maybe attract ourselves later in life to a partner who doesn't treat us very well, because we have a belief that we're not good enough and we're not deserving of love. And our beliefs have to match what happens in our life. Whatever is turning up in our life is a reflection of our unconscious beliefs. But we may not know what these unconscious beliefs are. But we find that certain things are turning up in our life, such as a man maybe, I could be using a woman as an example, but it's just, I have to pick one. So we may attract a partner who doesn't treat us well, because at a core level we don't believe that we deserve to be loved or treated well. So this is how it works. Our outer life is a reflection of our inner world. Our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. And so, as you can see, if we want to change our outer world, it's not about going out and trying to get a new partner or trying to get a new job. It's about changing what needs to be changed inside, which means we need to dissolve these beliefs. And we need to dissolve the emotions that are actually sitting beneath the beliefs, holding them in place. So we create these behaviours and these beliefs, and we then end up, the end result, because we live in a universe of cause and effect, the end result is that we end up with unwanted results in our life as opposed to wanted results. And the sort of things that are going to be cropping up in people's life as far as unwanted results is, it could be anything. It could be to do with work, it could be to do with partner or relationships, it could be anything to do with family. It will also have an effect on our finances. These results could turn up on one obviously big one, health. These results will turn up in any or many different areas of our life. So if we want to change these unwanted results, we have to, because what's happening out here is we're being inauthentic, we're not being true to ourselves, but initially we don't know that. And so we're behaving inauthentically to ourselves. We're not being our true self, and we're not being true to ourselves. We have to work our way back and peel away what needs to be peeled away to get back to our authentic self. And when we find our way back to our authentic self, then we will experience authentic happiness and true health. And so motivational medicine has a number of exercises, very specific exercises for helping to peel away these beliefs and these emotional layers, but doing it without having to go back into the trauma and the drama. We don't have to relive the trauma and drama. We just have to clear it and know how to do so. So the techniques are very easy, they're very simple, they're very effective, non-threatening, and they are mostly guided exercises which you're taken through during sessions to clear away what needs to be cleared away. It's a bit like taking the clouds away so that the sun can shine again. and you find your way back to your authentic self so that you can experience health, happiness and success. So I hope that's given you a little overview of motivational medicine, and I look forward to talking again soon.